This has got to be one of the most weirdest stories I've seen on the internet till date. Human beings are weird, and day after day we just keep on getting weirder. Like, how do we even think of the things we do?
Lots of people think it's weird that I would be dating my daughter's ex. I see the keyboard warriors. I see the types of things they write. But I love it.
Okay, now you will actually be confused. You'll be like, what? He's dating his daughter's ex? Like, how do you even make a man transition from being straight to being gay in that matter of like so fast? And it raises a lot of questions to like, does that mean that the father had a role to play in making sure their relationship just totally crumbled? Like, a lot of questions were raised. The first time I watched the video, I was actually very confused, I'm not gonna lie, but it actually just gets worse along the lines.
Bring it on. Not today, thank you. Just kidding. Come on, come into the house. I was definitely attracted to Scott the moment I met him. I mean, he's gorgeous. I just wanted to rip his clothes off and get him in bed straight away.
You can't listen to this and just be confused and be like, but at the time, if you actually calculated back then, he was supposedly dating his daughter, right? So that means there is no way you will see your daughter's current boyfriend and be like, yeah, I want him. You get, it's weird. It's actually just disgusting when you think about it. But the plot actually thickens here, and it's actually even worse than what we originally thought. Like, just keep watching. Don't worry.
I was still kind of that straight lad, so I didn't really have that attraction straight away.
Hope you are listening. He said he was a straight lad, like he was straight. That means he didn't really have any intent of dating men. At the time, he was straight. Remember that, or remember that.
I was straight, but then I don't label I like what I like.
So, to Scott, how did you meet Saffron and how long did you date?
So when Scott was coming out, he didn't want to just announce to his parents and everybody that he was gay. So between him and Saffron, they came up with this plan to say that Saffron was actually his girlfriend, and in fact they weren't. He was literally seeing me.
So the plot thickens here. This is the plot twist. The plot twist is that the boy was never actually dating the man's daughter. He was actually dating the father himself, and they just decided to, in order for the guy to conceal his sexuality, everybody thought he was dating the daughter. That way nobody who actually knew he was gay. Like, it's actually very crazy, bro. Why would you go to all this length just to keep your secret? It's weird, people, the length people just go to. I thought we were all inclusive now. What is going on?
They kept our relationship secret.
I'm a filthy secret.
But you're not a secret anymore. The whole world knows who you are now.
It's kind of nice.
Lots of people think it's weird that I would be dating my daughter's ex, but the fact is she was never his ex, that's the thing. Or the son. It has to be the word of God. He didn't want to tell everybody he was gay. They were best friends. They went out to a few parties and clubs together. They got papped and ended up in the paper as being together.
I never actually dated Scott. He was my best friend. We were just best friends from the minute he came in.
But you know the sad part to all this is that I actually just found out, they actually sold on the entire idea. Naturally, now, it's kind of thing that they were like, just be like, yeah, it's actually a prank and that will be the end of it. But no, they actually played into the role. The more they got famous, the more they actually played into the role to show that fame actually does a lot to people. You could like just be like, no, it's actually just a game here. We're trying just to pretend and make it be like as though we're just, dating, but in reality we're not. But they played into the role of the man being they want to seduce the daughter's boyfriend and steal him. It just felt more fun for them that way, which is actually crazy.
You should have seen the backlash. It was horrendous. The hate
But you loved
mail
it.
and how he's a home wrecker and how could I go with my daughter's boyfriend. If he was my daughter's ex-boyfriend, I would still have no qualm whatsoever in him. They'd been.
As you can see, this is the part that I just wanted you all to just watch. From everything they said leading up to this point, the guy just said that even if he really was dating the daughter, he would have no qualms in stealing him. Hope you understand what I'm talking about right now. They had every chance to just say, look here, this whole thing is just a ploy. We didn't want the boy to come out and see him as gay. But it's actually stupid if you think about it. If you are still going to eventually come out and say you were gay, then why go through the whole process of trying to add your daughter into the mixer to be like as though you stole your daughter's boyfriend and made him your own? It just makes for a more, a sweeter story, I guess. Something that the news and the tabloids will just pull into, something that will get people talking online. all to chase clouds. At the end of the day, it's all clouds. And these things actually get me pissed off because we reduce ourselves from more than what we are supposed to be to just a speck of just this nonsense personality here. We just want to look good on the cameras and everybody will be like, oh shit, that's the guy. That's the guy that did this stuff. That's the guy that stole his daughter's boyfriend. You get, it makes absolutely no sense.
And that's it. But the fact was, he never really was, so nah. I think our relationship is almost like, it's very passionate and very open, isn't it?
Yeah. I always see other couples and there's always something to moan about their partner. But we don't do that. We do things for each other and we just have fun.
Oh my God, what happened? That 19-year-old's gone.
The weirdest part about
19, whoa, 19. The guy was 19 or is 19. This is ridiculous.
Dad and Scott date is that Scott sometimes tells me a bit too much information
She
that
has
I'm
a
really
kid.
interested in knowing. He'll tell me that they've had or something and I don't need to know about that.
Scott and I have been together now for almost 9 years.
9 years now. How old is he exactly? I can't even
When
say.
Scott and
bro.
I decided that we were going to have a family, we knew that we wanted to have a biological link to the baby that we had. So the best way forward was to find a surrogate and an egg donor. We ended up with a beautiful daughter, Valentina. She's 10 months now.
9.
She's 9.
She's 9 months.
This is the most weirdest shit I've seen in a very
You could've
long
just-
time. This is so weird on so many levels. It is actually insane. I don't even know what to say here.
Lied then and just agreed with me for like 2 seconds.
She's 10
Instead of
months.
correcting me. We're so lucky. And that's why we decided that we're going to have another one. So that by this time next year, she'll have a brother or a sister. What we have in...
Yeah, but that means for it to work, one person actually donated sperm to the both of them. So who is the actual dad here? Because in as much as I like to say, oh, we had a daughter, it takes one person, it takes just one man's like gene to be involved here. So we get it that the woman's one is the egg, definitely. But who among the two actually donated here? That's the question. So maybe they'll like share it into two kids will have two different parents. It's actually, I don't know, the more we think about it, the weirder it just sounds, guys.
to eat
Wait.
tonight.
Roast dinner tonight.
Our family is seen to be very unconventional. I've certainly seen attitudes change over the years.
Does judgment bother you?
Actually, I can't sleep at night because of the amount of judgment and keyboard warriors. I couldn't give a flying what any of them thought about me, to be honest. Honestly,
They never
don't
do.
pay my bills, they don't pay my kids' bills, they don't, you know.
But this table is actually kind of diverse if you think about it. There's actually a black guy in the family. Look, I don't want to, let's say, I'm just saying, it's actually the most diverse family I've seen. We could actually see here, if we go back a bit, that there was...
They don't pay my bills.
Wait,
they-
there's actually an Asian girl on the same table, which is weird though. I'm not gonna lie, it's not a bad thing though, but it's just funny that it's like very inclusive. Where's the Indian guy?
You know, even when this goes out, there'll be 100 negative comments underneath the stream. You can bet your life on it. But I love it.
It just goes to show that the whole thing is just like a normal like two gay couples. It's nothing new. We have seen this so many times, but the fact that you had to use this whole method to standard is actually very annoying. Like you just go and be like, I fell in love with my daughter's boyfriend, bro. That doesn't make any sense. From what she just said, that they were actually dating well before they decided to involve their daughter into the mix, bro. Nobody would have cared if the guy came out later and said he was gay, bro. I don't think anybody would have bothered about it, but because you wanted everyone to talk about you, because you wanted some sort of internet like fame or whatever, you decided to go with this whole story. Now everybody's hating on you, everybody's calling you names, and you absolutely just bask in the glow of everything. It's just rubbish, bro. It doesn't make any sense. It's the most degenerate thing I've seen online. It doesn't make zero sense at all in any manner. For someone to go this far just because you want people to have something to say about it because of clout is weird. You need help. You need to clear your mind. You need to clean your head and just focus on what I want to focus on, bro. It's just annoying.